Did you stab your neighbor?
You're Jane Russell. I'm agoraphobic.
I'm Jane Russell.
She's not Jane.
Hello everyone, welcome to Book vs. Movie, The Woman in the Window edition. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience in reading and watching this attention-gripping thriller standalone. Today, in this story, we are going to be following Anna Fox, who is a child psychologist. But the essence of the story is that she is agoraphobic, which is basically a fear of being in situations or places that might cause panic because they'll feel either trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. And in this case, she has extreme agoraphobia of being in the outside world because of the trauma she faced. And now she is basically trapped in her house the past year. The main plot of the story is about her, people watching from the windows of her house, and one day watching a crime happen in the house across the street. However, she can barely do anything, and it seems like everyone is suspicious of her instead. I'm going to be talking about the movie first. This is a book adaptation situation, so it's common that the movie will try to imitate the book, although it is an exception this time, since from what I got after watching it, there are many missing points that I think, as an audience, is a disappointment, and it would be interesting if they could put it in because it could build the story much more deeper. Although I'm aware that it would make the duration much longer, which it really doesn't have to. The movie was released in the year 2021, directed by Joe Wright, from a screenplay by Tracy Letts. In the last book versus movie that I did on Dead Poet Society, I only did a rating on the book, but from now on forward I will do a rating for the movie as well. And for The Woman in the Window, I gave it a 2-star rating. Why did I give it a low rating? Well, I'll explain it at the end when I'm comparing the book and the movie. Aside from that though, what I like about this movie is the general ambience it has. Also, while it is shot mostly in a confined space, it doesn't make me feel stuffy or bored looking at the same thing consecutively. It also has a great pacing. Moving on to the book, it was published in 2018 by Danielle Mallory, who writes under the name AJ Finn. Starting this book, I already feel a connection since her house number is 212, and that's my birthday. The chapters are relatively short, although it is quite a long book with 447 pages in total. Reading this makes me question a lot of things. First, is it an unreliable narrator situation? This question kept coming up because of the character's tendency to drink alcohol while consuming pills that were not compatible with alcohol, and it could cause hallucination. Which led to the second question: is it truly a thriller that could come true in real life, or is it just a fictitious thriller? The main plot here is how she witnessed a murder of her neighbor, Jane Russell. But another person claiming she is Jane Russell showed up in front of her, alive and well, the next day. So I think this is a good book to keep your brain going. and in the end, I ended up giving it a rating of 4 star, and it took me approximately 4 hours to read. Now let's finally compare the book and the movie. Starting off with the plot, I think the revelation sets a significance towards how I feel about the plot in general. The book here, however, does it better. The tension is much more present than in the movie. Although the movie is more fast-paced and should have more tension, I can't quite grasp the feeling. While the movie is fast-paced, the book is more like a cozy thriller. So if you like it when something's always going on, I suggest you watch the movie then reading the book. Now let's talk about Anna Fox. She's a psychologist. She can analyze someone based on their body language. But I didn't get this little detail in the movie that I think is honestly important to mention. The movie doesn't give her character justice. While reading the book, I kept imagining her character as someone who looks sunken and pale due to never going out, which led to people not trusting her witnessing a murder. I also can't recall when, but it was mentioned in the book how unwell she looks that other people are concerned. But in the movie, I don't want to say it, but she looks fine. She looks good. Which I know that it doesn't always show physically if you are mentally unwell, but from the author's viewpoint for this character, it needs to be shown because it has an impact on how the others perceive and treat her. As always, I read the book first before watching the movie, so I might be a bit biased. I'm not one to tell you to do stuff, but I'm just advising you to probably watch the movie first and read the book after, or read the book and not watch it at all. And that is my advice. That is all I could give to you today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and goodbye.